Take a moment and breathe deeply of this connection. Let your awareness drift into the epicenter of the stillness now and be present there. The details of the physical world hold no allure for you now. These are simply distractions that have surfaced in your mundane experience. The truth of your essence transcends the limitation of time and place. You are not here planted like a tree, rooted to a moment in time. Who you are is timelessness itself, flitting in and out of expressions of possibility like a butterfly, sampling the landscape of blossoms. In this particular garden, the flowers look very much the same. The variations on the theme of their flowerness is subtle. Their basic characteristics of fragrance and their anticipated longevity is essentially the same. Yet some are in the sunlight, and some are in the shadow. Some thrive in rich soil that offers abundant nourishment, while others are parched and thirsty. You are the butterfly. The landscape is before you, awaiting your selection. As you attain the overview and rise to the fullness of the possibilities of perception, you begin to see the vastness of this garden and the scope of the possibilities to be experienced and explored. And even though certain blossoms are well known to you and are clearly in view, you cease having the inclination to partake of their perfumes and drink of their nectar. They do not draw you as once they might have. They do not delude you into believing that you are rooted as they are in the small, myopic cluster of one little patch. For you have seen the scope of the garden now, and your heart sings with the joy of knowing the heights of that vision. This love is the breeze that carries you to ever-expanding heights on that journey. You need only open your wings and surrender to the possibilities with which this momentum gifts you. You will be carried far if you allow it, for you have merged form with motion. You have become love itself. There comes a point where the erstwhile traveler is no longer able to discern whether he is the butterfly or the breeze. For in that moment of sacred embrace, they have become oneness. In this moment, we are that oneness. We are bonded in that sacred embrace. We are entwined in a moment that has neither beginning nor end, indifferent to the demands of material obligation that beckon from the periphery of awareness. Were the telephone to ring, it would not matter. Were the sky to fall, it would not be the end of the world. And if the end of the world should come, it would not matter. For here, in the eternal stillness of this love, is all that ever needs to be. The rest is simply a colorful landscape, awash with blossoms, swimming in fragrance, and in the promise of yet another taste of nectar. But having tasted of the divine nectar of this love, even the end of that world would not suffice to cast your heart into mourning. For that garden has its season, and it's time to stand fallow.